Before we get into the video, I need you guys to do me a favour. Number 1, like the video. Also comment. Let me know your thoughts on the case. Now 2018 was an unrestrained and violent year for London crime. North London saw factions embroiled in a series of tit-for-tat stabbings and shootings in what was considered postcode wars, specifically between OFB and NPK, or Tottenham and Wood Green. This drama reached such a boiling point that the GMs allegedly involved did not care about focusing their efforts on their targets. They were happy with quote-unquote civilians. These innocent casualties were picked off and erased from the world without a single care, then depicted and referenced on songs that was passed around on social media in order to hype up the crime. Case in point, 17-year-old Tanesha Melbourne Blake. Now Tanisha Melbourne, who also went by the name of Nisha and Nisha Lotto, had her entire life ahead of her. At only 17 years old, it was reported that Tanisha had a boyfriend, 20-year-old Luminia Small, who was a basketball player and also an aspiring model. Now the two had been together for roughly 7 months after meeting at the Bruce Grove Youth Centre prior. Ironically, Tanisha also volunteered as a mentor at Bruce Grove Youth Centre, where she worked with children as young as 10 years old. Now while the media and Luminia portrayed Nisha as an anti-gang mentor and someone who was at the wrong place at the wrong time and a humble person, and I believe all those statements seem to be accurate, but of course there's much more to it than that. Now it was alleged that Nisha was also an NPK affiliate. People whom claimed to have first-hand knowledge went on social media to allege that Nisha was friends with OFB members, with the likes of Bando K and SJ, who's also serving life. Also, it was said that Tanisha had also, at least on one occasion, been used as a person to set up GMs like Lamps, and she had also appeared in music videos with North London Olders. On April 2nd, 2017, Easter Monday, Tanisha Melbourne spent the evening with 2 friends in Tottenham, North London. She was on her way to see her partner. Now, she was recorded on CCTV wearing a grey tracksuit passing by a corner shop at 8:36 p.m. Now just before 9:30 p.m, a Vauxhall Mavera had driven along Chalgrove Road in Tottenham. The car skidded to a halt, the windows were wound down and a pistol was extended out from the window, and of course shots were fired in Tanisha's direction. Now Tanisha was struck. Now by all accounts the initial reaction was tame, it was delayed. It was reported that Tanisha's friends actually says that Tanisha was being a drama queen after they saw no signs of red, so only the big bang. Now it actually took roughly 30 minutes before everyone realised Tanisha was in critical condition. That was when witnesses began to hear screaming saying Tanisha had been shot. Now early reports say that the drive-by had taken place due to a previous incident at a milkshake bar where 2 groups of people had scrapped. In footage that circulated, a guy was in Tinseltown Diner in Farringdon, where 1 man was pounced on by 3 people. A woman used herself to cover the man who was on the floor, but the 3 individuals did not stop, and they still used their legs, hands and feet, making contact with the man that was already on the floor and also the woman now. Now friends describe holding Tanisha until the mum arrived on the scene, and all the while the Vauxhall Mavera had driven off. That same Vauxhall Mavera had been caught on CCTV also cruising around Broadwater Farm Estate, seemingly looking for OFB members. Now the car was found by police in Barnet 5 days later, completely burnt out, and police confirmed that the pistol used in Tanisha's M had also been used just months prior in the shooting of Joseph Torres, who also went by the name of Nino and was part of Priory Court. That fatal incident occurred in Walthamstow, East London on March 18th, 2018. Now the weapon was actually found wrapped in a towel inside a bag on a residential street. When police tested the weapon, they realised it had been implicated in at least 3 M's so far. Now between the time of the incident and now, 7 people had been detained in relation to the tragic shooting. A 34-year-old man and a 32-year-old man were both arrested twice prior to being released on the investigation. Also, an 18-year-old, a 22-year-old and a 26-year-old had also been detained between March and April of 2019 on suspicion of the M. And of course, NPK had claimed responsibility for the incident via social media like Snapchat and Instagram, and they made references to saying that Tanisha had actually been used as a shield, or things like she was chilling with a rival. Again, this has not been solved. Condolences. Stay safe. Say.